icicles, welcome back to my channel. Let's take a second to appreciate being back here, because I know I have not filmed a video in my room in so long. I've been putting out vlogs for you guys mostly, so welcome back. Or if this is your first time, welcome. If you guys don't already know, I love trying new things, trying new foods, just experimenting, exploring, you know. So I will be trying a new hair color. I will be dyeing it myself, so I'm going to show you guys that process. Before we get into dyeing the hair, I just want to show you guys everything that we'll be using. The hair that we will be using in this video is from Tinashe hair. I worked with them before and they sent me some beautiful 613 hair. Let me show you guys. This is the closure, and I have two 22-inch bundles, and then I have a 20-inch bundle, and so it's 3 bundles and a closure that we will be dyeing today. I was gonna go blonde, y'all. I wasn't gonna dye it at first. I was just gonna go blonde, but I feel like blonde on my tan skin is not a vibe. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do the purple. I feel like the purple will suit me a lot better. We may do an ombre. I'm really interested to see how it dyes and how it washes and dries. So that will really be the test that we put on this hair. But so far, so good. Aside from the 613 hair, you are going to need Ion Bright's dye. It is in the color Lavender. If you do see me adding a darker purple, it is this dye right here. You're going to need a mixing bowl and brushes and a tail comb. I also have a brush on hand. Other than that, you're going to need a black garbage bag or saran wrap, and I will show you guys why you need that right now. So you guys see that I just ended up using a large plastic bag. The idea is that you just need something that's going to cover the surface that you'll be dyeing the hair against. It can be a black bag, saran wrap, clear bag, whatever it is, it just has to protect the surface. The first thing you see I did is I laid the hair out and I just brushed it out to make sure that there was no tangles, because the first method of dyeing that I was doing required the hair to be laid out because I was going to take the brush and brush on the color. I wanted the color to have more of a pastel tone to it, so I added conditioner because I read that that's exactly what conditioner does to semi-permanent colors. Once you add it to the color, it dilutes the color and gives it a lighter shade. Once I started with this method, I realized that I would be here all day dyeing this hair, and I am extremely impatient, so I had to switch methods. I heard that the watercolor method colors the hair within seconds to minutes, so I said, let's do that. So I just transferred the dye that I had in the mixing bowl and put it in the hot water and whisked it until there was no more clumps of dye. So I feel like this is where I made my first mistake. I only dipped 1 bundle when I probably should have dipped all of them at the same time. I probably even should have made the wig first before watercoloring it, but I really was not sure if I was capable of doing it until after I dyed the bundles, and I was just like, you know what, let's just try this. So after I realized that the color wasn't getting to all parts of the hair, I remembered that in a video I watched, the girl said that combing it out helps the dye reach all parts of the hair. So I tried that in hopes of making the dye get through the hair more. So looking at how dark this bundle had gotten, I just assumed that pretty much all the dye was absorbed in that 1 bundle, but I still tried to use another one to kind of soak up whatever I could get from the water, but apparently there was no dye left to soak up, so I just ended up taking both bundles out and restarting with the next bottle of dye. This next batch was no better. I think I put too much water because the bundle barely absorbed what was in there. All the bundles that I tried to put in there barely absorbed any more color, so I ended up just taking everything out, and I messed it up by using the Kiss Temptation. It made it all magenta, and I was just stuck at this point. I did not know what to do. I did not know what I was doing. All the bundles were different colors, lighter shades of purple. This one had a unicorn pattern going on. I don't know, y'all. I was ready to give up at this point. The mixture of colors was very pretty individually, but when I put it together, thinking like how would the wig look when I make it, I was gonna look insane. I didn't want to do anything else with the bundles until I knew what the true color was, so I just ended up washing them out with some 2-in-1 shampoo and leaving them to dry overnight. I found some pants hangers in my closet and just used it to hang up the bundles to allow them to air dry. After letting them dry, this is the color that they were. Now, I know you guys are looking at this like, how the hell did the hair turn blue? And that is because I tried to use a color remover called Color 𝐓𝐴 to get out the color in the parts that I didn't too like, and I thought I was just going to add a little bit of purple dye or lavender dye to kind of get all the hair the same color. But the 𝐓𝐴 ended up turning the pieces blue, so I had to go get 2 more boxes of the 𝐓𝐴 and put it all over all the bundles so that I would be working with the same color on all the bundles, and maybe we could decide where to move from there. Before I bought the color 𝐓𝐴, I was really willing to just give up on this hair and take whatever color I got, but thanks to my mom, she encouraged me to keep going and figure out what to do with it, so y'all gotta thank her for this end result. After the hair was completely saturated in the color 𝐓𝐴, I just wrapped it up and put it in a plastic bag and let it sit for 20 minutes. Thank God that the color 𝐓𝐴 brought all the bundles back to a similar color. They all are kind of still off, but at least we are working with similar shades of blue so that when I put the purple color over, all the bundles will not be looking like dark purple and then magenta and all these different colors that I wasn't even looking for in the first place. I mixed a whole bottle of the Adore Lavender with half a bottle of the Adore Periwinkle. Because one of my biggest mistakes when I started was not getting the color on all the pieces of hair, I made sure that when I did this step, I saturated the hair with the dye completely. I put dye on both sides while it was folded. I unfolded it. I refolded the hair so that I got the dye in every part of the hair because I was not willing to dye this a third time. And it was making me very happy that the more I worked the dye in, the more I could see the hair turning purple. I was like, hallelujah, results. I repeated the same exact procedure for all 3 of the bundles. I wanted to make sure the color got in every strand of that hair. I don't think y'all understood the happiness that I felt when I saw how pretty this hair had turned from the dye. I did not expect all of it to be one shade because I knew that all the pieces were different colors to begin with, but I was just so happy to see that it wasn't blue anymore. I saved the closure for last because I just wanted to make sure that after the hair processes with the dye, it would come to a pretty color because the closure is the most important part. I needed the closure to be able to blend properly with the rest of the hair, and also I didn't want to add the dye to it until it was ready because if I added another layer of dye, it would be harder to get out. This is what she looks like. All done. I actually love this color. I will insert for you guys what I originally wanted. I winged the out of this, and this is what we got, and I think it is really, really pretty. Once again, y'all know I don't do hair, so she is not flat ironed to the best of her ability, but y'all, tell me that I did not do a great job. Like, tell me for my first time making a wig that I did not body this. I color hair all the time, so I can't really say that this is my first time coloring hair. I say I'm not a colorist because I really don't know what you're supposed to mix, what you're not supposed to mix. I kind of just wing it most of the time, so that's why I'm not going to jack that I'm a pro at this, because I'm really not. And if I was a pro, I would have got the color that I wanted. But as you guys saw, it took me jumping through hoops to get this color, and I'm happy that it got to this place because I hated what it looked like before. All the different colors. The only thing that's really different is like this color here at the closure, but pretty much all the bundles pretty much came down to the same like multi-toned pieces. So when I put it in the purple dye, everything kind of just looked like it matched together because all the pieces have like similar tones in together now. Y'all saw what it looked like before. It was atrocious. Y'all saw what I put this hair through, and it is still intact, y'all. There was not a whole lot of shedding, not a lot of breakage, not a lot of none of that. Like, it really held together through all this dyeing, re-dyeing, color oopsing, color correct, like all of my mess up. This hair was amazing. If you guys want to purchase this hair for yourself, all the information about the hair will be in the description box below, along with all the products that I used to get this color. I'll also link the wig head in the description box. Everything that you guys will need to do what I did, I will leave it in the description box below. I do not know what we're gonna call her, but y'all drop some names down below. What do you think she looks like? What type of vibe is she giving you? Because you know she has her sisters, Shelly and Shalisha. If you have not subscribed to my channel as yet, please don't forget to do that. And you know, hit the little notification bell so you can get notified when I post. And I will see you guys next video. Later!